Hi everyone and welcome to our talk about Oxford and Cambridge applications. If you are watching this presentation, you must be considering to submit the applications for either Oxford or Cambridge University. Why do students choose Oxford or Cambridge? Attending one of these universities offer you unparalleled benefits, and that's that these universities are recognized in the world. They are ranking among the top universities in the world ranking. They have fantastic reputation and really everyone will recognize their names, unlike with maybe other universities which are still offering very high academic standards, but they are not as well known and their names are not as well known in the other countries. This brings many international students to the UK, and by studying in Oxford or Cambridge, you will again have lots of friends from different countries. You will have students coming from different diverse cultural backgrounds, and that's by itself it's very interesting to study in that kind of setting. Of course, everybody is very academic, and Oxford and Cambridge will enhance this academia in the students who are offered the places there. They offer prestigious networking opportunities, and really just by the reputation, students who complete their degrees at Oxford and Cambridge, they're offered jobs by strong companies and industries, and that's opened up the doors for them into these institutions. What is really interesting and unique about Oxford and Cambridge is their college system, which is offering teachings in a very small teaching groups. Depending on the subject and depending on the college, you might have as few as 2 or 3 students doing their tutorials together and being led by a tutor. They will also have lectures at the university, but in addition to that, they will be studying at the college where they live, where they have all the activities with the students who are taking the same subject as them. These small settings are called tutorials in Oxford and supervisions in Cambridge, but yeah, they will definitely have very few students in them. For some subjects which are very popular in certain colleges, you might have more students than that, but it is still a very small setting. When do you start and how do you start the application journey? Actually, if you are considering to apply to Oxford or Cambridge, you hopefully have chosen the right A-levels, because that's when you start thinking about which university and which subjects do you want to study, because some of the subjects have pre-required A-level subject. Providing you have chosen correct subjects for your A-levels, really your preparation journey starts quite soon after you start sixth form. You need to spend significant time to choose the right course. The course between Oxford and Cambridge University vary quite a lot, so it's again quite important that you spend time into researching different courses. For example, if you want to study biology, you would be applying to Oxford, but if you want to study natural sciences, you would be applying to Cambridge. Oxford is offering the pure sciences, Cambridge doesn't offer them. They offer natural sciences, and you can take physical or biological route. That is quite important. It's useful if you are going for natural sciences, then you would need to have, apart from biology, you would need to also study chemistry, for example. That's why choosing the right A-levels, it's crucial, and considering this university early on is important because of that. In Oxford and Cambridge, it's really important to actually choose the college where you want to apply. Some students apply through open application, but majority of the students, they choose college. They spend time in Oxford or Cambridge, they go to their open days, they try to attend the tutorials or supervisions which were set up for the potential students, and they see which college they would like to choose depending on how many students they are accepting for that particular subject. In the recent years also, if they are accepting more applicants from private or state schools, and things to consider, like for example, some students like more modern colleges, some students prefer very traditional colleges which would have like formal dinners, and these formal dinners are really amazing spaces to get to know other students and also get to know the professors and people associated with the college very closely. The community in the college is very important, and it would really enhance your experience at studying at Oxford and Cambridge. And I'm sure everybody is aware that you can only apply to either Oxford or Cambridge. You cannot apply to both universities at the same time. What you need to be also aware of is the early application deadline. Usually every year it's around 15th of October, and UCAS deadline it's 3.5 months later. Really, you need to start much earlier than all the other students who are not applying for Oxford or Cambridge. You need to prepare your personal statement, ideally also during the summer holidays, so that your application is ready and is able to be submitted when you come and you start the autumn term of the last year at your secondary school. The subject at Oxford and Cambridge won't have exams, but many subjects do, and you need to be aware about that because you need to prepare really well for these entrance exams. They usually take place in November, and if you are successful in these exams, you will be invited for the interview. Subjects which don't have entrance exams will only have interview. Usually you are interviewed by two separate colleges. It tends to be college where you applied for and also another college, so you will have another opportunity to do well. And the preparation for interview is also really important, and don't wait until you hear whether you have been invited for the interview or not, because that tends to be quite late. It's sometimes 2 to 3 weeks prior to your interview. The preparation at that point can be not enough. You will hear from the university in January, and you will hear whether you were accepted or you were not accepted to your chosen university. What kind of candidate are the university like Cambridge and Oxford looking for? They are looking for very strong academic students, and they will be expected that you will have at least minimum 3 A-stars predicted grades. They are looking at your GCSE results, especially in Oxford, and they will be expected that you will have majority of your results will be 9, and majority of your grades will be 9, with some 8s in some subjects that might not be that important for your chosen course. They would like you to have a critical thinking skills and also problem-solving abilities. They most of all want to see that you have enthusiasm for the subject, that you are motivated, and you have done lots of things outside of your school to basically learn about the subject. And that is what you need to show in your personal statement. That's how you can differentiate yourself from everybody else. Of course, you need to do well in the entry exams. That is provided you have everything fantastic grades and you will get excellent references from your school and your personal statement is really of a high standard and you showed your motivation. Unless you do well in your entry exams, you will not be invited for the interview in case your subject has, of course, entry exams. So what you need to do is really to research well the subject which you are choosing to apply for. You have to practice the papers. These papers are available on the website, so you would be able to look at different years and you would be able to see how the exam had developed. It's really important to go through these papers and also go through them in a exam condition so that you are timing yourself and you see how well you will do. There will be some topics which you might have not covered at your current school and you would have to catch up by yourself or with a tutor on that topic because they might be in those exams, although your current school didn't teach that topic yet. Don't just prepare from the topics which were covered by your current school. Have a look at the papers and see what other topics come up in the paper. Prepare for the interview. It's a good idea to have a mock interview with somebody who understands the standard and understand what is expected by Oxford and Cambridge. We have also tutors who prepare for these interviews and who can give a mock interview which would resemble the same pattern as the Cambridge and Oxford interview at EducAd Consulting. What is really important is that you get to know the subject well so that you can do by so many different ways, but definitely read around and not only the books, but also some journal articles. Look at the researchers who are based at the college you have chosen. Look at the articles they have published. See if you can attend any conference, if you can put that on the personal statement. And of course, there are so many courses online offered by different institutions, which you can take sometimes free of charge to show that you have gone beyond the school curriculum. Different courses, as we said, they have different exams. For medicine also, medicine always will have the exam for any medical school. This exam is different if you are applying for Oxford and Cambridge, and you would have to sit BMAT in additional to the other medical school exams. Law, maths, physics, engineering, natural sciences, these are all the subjects which will have entry exams. There is a deadline to apply for these exams. If you are attending private schools, they would make you aware about this exam, but you should not rely on that. You should also look at the deadlines, and you would be registering usually yourself for these exams. We have talked about the college system and how unique it is for Oxford and Cambridge, and why so many students really enjoy studying at these two universities. You really make a very close connections with the students who are studying with you, and also with the tutors and the postgraduate students who are at the college, and that gives you so many different ways of new opportunities and new ways of learning about your subject. These researchers, again, they are very involved in their own research. They will all have very niche area of research which they are interested in, and that gives you a good opportunity to learn about the research and see what you would enjoy, what you want to focus on. It's really an amazing system, and that's why lots of students would love to attend Cambridge and Oxford. It is very competitive, as they are the two top universities which rank highest not only in the UK but in the world, and they are very recognized. They have a very good reputation, which opens up so many opportunities for the students who graduate from these universities. Hence, the preparation is really important, and also passion for your subject is very important, and that will show in the interview, and also the preparation will show how well you do in the entrance exams. Just to recap, it's important to start early and to stay ahead, and that can be a challenge because studying A-levels, it's demanding by itself, and this is almost a preparation that you have to do, reading, you have to do courses you have to do on top of what you are doing at school. It can be challenging, but it is really essential to be successful in the Oxford and Cambridge applications. Take advantage of the teachers at your current schools. They might have completed Oxbridge degree themselves, and they might be a good source of information. They might have their own tips. They might be very helpful during your application process. Also, this is the time usually students reach out to education companies because they are very experienced, and year by year they are dealing with Oxbridge students and the application process. They would be able to guide you. Important is to start earlier. At EducAd Consulting, we have mentors who start preparing students before they start their sixth form to make their application successful and give them the highest chance to get the offer from Oxford or Cambridge. So the two key things, it's definitely preparation, but also passion, and that will come from inside of the students and the interest they have in the subject, and what they can do to show this passion to the people who will be looking at your application. I hope you found this information useful, and if you need more information and guidance, please do not hesitate to contact us. Also, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel to see our new videos coming up about different university applications and different educational services. I hope you found this information useful, and if you need more information and guidance, please do not hesitate to contact us. Also, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel to see our new videos coming up about different university applications and different educational services.